Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Conclave of the Chosen raid boss in Battle of Dazar'Alor on Normal and Heroic difficulty. This is the second Alliance story encounter of the raid. That means that Horde players will find themselves race changed into Alliance races for this one, complete with racials. We're fighting a quartet of Loa Aspects, and there will be 2 active at a time. When one is defeated, the other one that was up will heal to full, get a permanent damage buff, and a fresh one rotates in. Don't pad the meters by splitting damage unless it is super actually pinky swear going to increase your single target. The 2 tanks will each take an aspect. You gotta keep them at least 7 yards apart from each other or else they get hugely buffed by Loa's Pact, which will really ruin your day. Each aspect has their own moves, and then a wrath spell that will become active when they do. Note that killing an aspect does not stop their wrath from happening, so the fight gets more hectic as it goes on. You can tell a wrath spell is coming because that Loa's image pops into the center for a few seconds before they do it. The fight always starts with Pa'ku and Gonk. Pa'ku's a little scarier, so most groups will want to start on him first. Hastening Winds causes Pa'ku's aspect to stack up attack speed as long as he's hitting the same target. You can tank swap to reset that, or just volunteer anyone with a taunt to take 1 hit before the tank takes it back. At full energy, Pa'ku's aspect buffs his allies with Gift of Wind, which is a big haste and speed buff. Classes with an offensive dispel should be ready for it and purge that off right away. Throughout the entire fight, you'll be dealing with Pa'ku's Wrath. The big dino bird will land on the edge of the room, and after 10 seconds or so, will start channeling raid damage. It's a lot less damage if you're inside of his 10-yard circle, so get in that before he starts. Meanwhile, you also get to enjoy Gonk. Her crawling hex will curse players for 5 seconds, and when it ends, spread the hex to anyone within 8 yards. You can move while hexed, so run your little raptor feet to the edge of the room where you can safely be decursed or just expire. Don't stay in melee, and don't decurse people in melee, otherwise it gets very cute but quite useless up there. Gonk can also take on a raptor form for her Wild Maul. That's a pretty serious frontal cone attack. Only the tank should be in it, and that tank might want to pop some mitigation or a minor cooldown or something. Gonk's Wrath, which like Pa'ku's Wrath continues for the entire fight, is Ravenous Stalkers. Raptor adds are summoned that will fixate and chase down players. Stun, slow, and kill those as soon as you can. On Heroic and higher, raptors that are near each other will be immune to CC and move faster with Pack Hunter. Kite them away from each other and take them out. Once you kill Pa'ku, Gonk will heal to full, get a 15% damage buff, and Kimbul's aspect will enter the fight. Because of that damage buff, you'll want to be on Gonk next. We're basically just gonna kill the aspects in the order they come in now. Kimbul's aspect has Lacerating Claws, which is a cone attack that stacks a 45-second bleed. Tank swap as needed to keep the stacks under control, and everyone else stay out of the cone attack. That is his only personal move. For Kimbul's Wrath, several players will be targeted and leapt on for a 5-yard cleave that stacks a bleed. If you're targeted, get at least 5 yards clear of other players. So you rinse and repeat, take down Gonk, Kimbul gets buffed, and Akunda enters the ring. She'll put down Thundering Storms, which are these big lightning circles. Sprint out of those if you can, they pop after like 2 seconds for big damage. She'll also debuff players with Mind Wipe. That one disables all of your spells, which is hilarious. Healers need to dispel that as quickly as possible, prioritizing other healers first, and then the good DPS. You know who they are. Akunda's Wrath debuffs random players to explode after 6 seconds. The explosions do a hefty 5-yard AoE and fire out lightning orbs in all directions. If you're targeted, spread out from other targets and get towards the edges. The whole raid needs to wake up enough to dodge the orbs. If they clip you, they hurt and stun you for 2 seconds, which can get ugly really quickly. On Normal, that's it. On Heroic and higher, there's a few more things. Cry of the Fallen is a heroic mechanic that channels raid damage every time an aspect dies. If that gets too spicy, you may want to assign healing cooldowns for each death. Heroic also brings Kragwa's Wrath. There's no aspect for Kragwa, but his wrath happens throughout the whole fight. A big frog will show up and jump to the farthest player from him, and then again a few times. You can move out of his landing zones, and I recommend it unless your dream is to die by Chunky Frog. Having a few mobile range spread out around the edges will bait this to keep it out of melee. As a last note, if you're having issues with overlapping wrath spells wombo comboing you, you can adjust when you kill the aspects to offset the wrath timers. And that is the Conclave of the Chosen in Battle of Dazar'Alor. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you out, please consider leaving me a like. Check out my channel for more raid guides and other WoW stuff, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!